The world of professional tennis is currently witnessing a seismic shift, a transformation driven not just by raw statistics or trophies, but by a cultural and athletic phenomenon that has captured the imagination of millions across the globe. We are talking about the meteoric rise of Alexandra Eala, a name that has become synonymous with resilience, history, and a level of national pride that the sport has rarely seen. From the humid courts of Quezon City to the elite red clay of Majorca and the high-stakes arenas of the WTA Tour, Alex Eala's journey is a blueprint for the modern global icon. This is the definitive look at her net worth, her lifestyle, her incredible biography, and how she became the undisputed queen of Philippine tennis and a rising titan of the world stage. Do you believe that Alex Eala's unique combination of the Nadal-style mental toughness and her massive commercial appeal makes her the most influential player of her generation? Or do you think the weight of a nation's expectations is a challenge that very few athletes can truly sustain for an entire career? I want to see your most detailed thoughts and your predictions for her 2026 season in the comments section right now. To understand the Alexandra Eala story, we have to start at the very beginning, in May 2005. Born into a family where sports was not just a hobby, but a legacy, Alex was destined for greatness from her first steps. Her mother, Riza Maniego Eala, was a decorated swimmer, and her father, Mike Eala, ensured that both Alex and her brother Miko were introduced to the competitive fire of athletics early on. But the early days weren't filled with five-star academies or professional coaching staffs. In Quezon City, Alex often trained on courts that were essentially half basketball courts, learning to find her rhythm in the intense Philippine heat. This humble beginning is the foundation of her never-say-die attitude. She wasn't born into the European tennis establishment. She fought her way out of a region that the tennis world had largely ignored for decades. The turning point that changed everything occurred when Alex was just 13 years old. In a move that required immense courage for both her and her family, she left the comfort of home to move halfway across the world to Majorca, Spain. She had secured a scholarship at the Rafa Nadal Academy, a facility that would transform her from a talented junior into a world-class professional machine. Imagine a 13-year-old girl, away from her parents, immersed in a foreign culture, and facing the most grueling training regimen in the sport. Under the direct guidance of Tony Nadal and the watchful eye of Rafael Nadal himself, Alex Eala learned the philosophy of enjoying the suffering. She internalized the idea that greatness isn't found in the easy wins, but in the long, painful rallies on the red clay where your lungs are burning and your legs are shaking. This transition in Majorca is where her technical style was perfected. Being a left-hander, Alex was the perfect clay court project for the Nadal family. She developed a heavy topspin forehand that mimics the trajectory of the king of clay himself, and a backhand that has become a lethal offensive weapon. Her lateral movement and her ability to slide into the corners with fluid confidence became her trademark. But beyond the technique, it was the professional maturity she developed at the academy that set her apart. While other juniors were focused on social media or comfort, Alex was focused on the grind. She became a student of the game's geometry, understanding how to use her left-handed angles to pull opponents off the court and create openings where none existed. The Junior Grand Slam era was the first time the world truly realized that a superstar was blooming. In 2020, Alex Eala made history by winning the Australian Open girls' doubles title with Prisca Nugroho. She followed that up in 2021 by winning the French Open girls' doubles title with Oksana Selekmateva. But the crowning achievement of her junior career came at the 2022 U.S. Open, where she became the first Filipino to win a Grand Slam singles title. The image of her standing on that court in New York, clutching the trophy and speaking in Tagalog to her fans back home, is a moment that will be remembered forever. It was the confirmation that she wasn't just a good player, she was a historic figure. Now let's talk about the business of Alex Eala, because her net worth and commercial power have reached levels that are staggering for a 20-year-old. As of 2026, her net worth is estimated to be in the multi-million-dollar range. But the true story isn't just in her tournament prize money. In professional tennis, the real wealth is found in endorsements, and Eala is a marketing goldmine. She represents a market of over 115 million people in the Philippines, plus a massive and loyal diaspora spread across the United States, the Middle East, and Europe. This Eala effect is why major global brands have rushed to align themselves with her. Her partnership with Nike is the jewel in her commercial crown. Nike has not only provided her with signature apparel featuring Filipino cultural symbols like the sampaguita flower, but they have also placed her portrait in the Ambassador Tunnel at their world headquarters in Oregon. This is a space reserved for the most legendary icons in the history of sports, alongside names like Michael Jordan and Serena Williams. When Nike puts you in that tunnel, they are announcing that you are a global brand. Beyond Nike, she has major deals with Globe Telecom, the Bank of the Philippine Islands, Babolat, and even the Filipino fast food giant Jollibee. Her brand is built on a perfect blend of elite professional excellence and a grounded, relatable personality that resonates across cultures. Her lifestyle, despite the millions and the fame, remains remarkably focused and disciplined. When she isn't traveling the world for the WTA Tour, she is back at the Academy in Mallorca, living a life that revolves entirely around her craft. Her day starts early with intense physical conditioning, followed by hours of tactical drills on the court. She has often spoken about her love for the simple things, spending time with her family, enjoying Filipino food, and maintaining the close bond she shares with her brother Miko, who also played collegiate tennis in the United States. This humility is a key part of her appeal. Even after being featured on the cover of Vogue Philippines or being named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year, she remains the same girl from Quezon City who is just grateful for the opportunity to play. The transition to the professional tour has been a masterclass in patient development. Many junior champions struggle with the physical demands of the WTA. But Eala's training in Spain prepared her for the long haul. She began breaking into the top 100 and then the top 50 by taking down established veterans and former Grand Slam champions. Her wins over legends like Iga Swiatek, Madison Keys, and Jasmine Paolini have proven that she belongs at the very top of the pyramid. Her style of play, fast, aggressive, and tactically intelligent, has made her one of the most feared dark horses in any draw. Opponents now know that when they see Eala's name in their section, they are in for a long, grueling afternoon. One of the most defining characteristics of her rise is her lefty versus lefty dominance. Because she was trained by the greatest left-hander in history, she understands the nuances of the southpaw game better than almost anyone on tour. When she faces other lefties like Leylah Fernandez, she knows how to neutralize their angles and use her own spin to dictate the rallies. This tactical depth is what coaches call high tennis IQ, and it is what allows her to beat players who might have more raw power but less strategic discipline. The Eala effect also manifests in the stadiums where she plays. Whether it's in Dubai, Miami, or Stuttgart, the Filipino community turns every match into a home court environment. We see an ocean of flags, hear chants that echo through the rafters, and witness a level of communal pride that tennis rarely sees. This emotional backing is a legitimate competitive advantage. Alex has often said that knowing millions of people are watching and praying for her success gives her an extra gear when she is down a break in the third set. She isn't just playing for a trophy, she is playing for the dignity and the recognition of her people. As we look toward the future, the biography of Eala is still being written, and the best chapters are likely yet to come. Her eyes are fixed on the major titles of the Grand Slam circuit and the ultimate glory of the Olympic Games. Representing the Philippines in the 2024 and 2028 Olympics is a goal she has cherished since childhood. She wants to bring home the gold, not just for herself, but to prove that the Philippines is a powerhouse in world tennis. Her legacy is already being felt by the next generation of Asian athletes, who now see a path to the top that didn't exist before her. The commercial world continues to expand around her. As she enters her peak years, her endorsement value is expected to skyrocket even further. She is becoming a bridge between the East and the West, a cultural ambassador who can sell products in Manila and New York with equal effectiveness. But through all the wealth and the accolades, the core of Eala remains the same. She is a student of the grind, a warrior of the red clay, and a young woman who understands that her power comes from her roots. In the history of Philippine sports, very few names carry the same weight as Alexandra Eala. She has joined the ranks of icons like Manny Pacquiao, proving that a Filipino athlete can dominate on the global stage through sheer force of will and world-class skill. Her story is a reminder that it doesn't matter where you start, even if it's a half basketball court in Quezon City. What matters is where you are willing to go and how much you are willing to suffer to get there. As the 2026 season continues to unfold, every match she plays is a moment of history in full bloom. We are tracking every result, every commercial deal, and every viral interaction as this historic journey continues. Eala is no longer just a prospect. She is a titan, a champion, and the face of the future of women's tennis. The road to the top is long and demanding, but if there is one thing we have learned about Eala, it is that she will never, ever give up. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and that you have hit the notification bell so you never miss a second of our deep dive coverage into the life and career of this incredible athlete. We are bringing you the latest news from the locker rooms to the front rows. Drop a like on this video if Eala's story has inspired you to chase your own dreams, regardless of the odds. The world is watching, the fans are ready, and history is being written with every swing of the racket. Thank you for following along as we celebrate the rise of a true global superstar.